should know who I am by now. I walk, the record stands somehow, thinking of winter. Your name is the splinter.
Hello everyone, this is Misha Houston, and I'm here to do my analysis of Elaine 1, one of the sample chapters from the upcoming book by George R. Martin entitled The Winds of Winter. My video is entitled Sansa and the Dangers of Winds, Epilogue. Yes, everyone, this is my epilogue. I have made it to the end, and I am so proud of myself for doing this. I'm so proud that I managed to traverse one of our wonderful sample chapters, Elaine 1, and I think I may do another chapter, if I have the time. Tonight, I'm going to be reading from Elaine 2, A Feast for Crows, and also from an article from vulture.com. The article is entitled 3 Meals and Drinks with Game of Thrones, George R. R. Martin, as shared with superfans. It was written by Jennifer Vineyard, and it was written on April the 18th, 2013, and posted at 9:30 a.m. Now, in my description line, I have a small quote from, the article that was written. The quote says, and yes, that means Elio Garcia reads part of Book 6, The Winds of Winter, including a sample chapter that is sure to be controversial. Now, Elio Garcia and his wife, Linda Ann Thompson, are the webmaster and webmistress of the very popular website in the Game of Thrones community. The website is entitled Westeros.org, and it is a wonderful site. Everybody practically gets on the site. I've gotten on the site, and it's just a wonderful place where you can get together and talk about Game of Thrones, the book and the show. They also have a YouTube channel, and it's called Elio Garcia, and he and his wife, Linda, do reviews of the television show, and they talk about some of the sample chapters. They've done the Forsaken chapter. They've done the Arya Mercy chapter. They've done, I think, Arion, both of the Arion sample chapters as well. And they have a wonderful, wonderful website and a wonderful channel on YouTube. So I advise you to go check that out. The both of those sites will be in my description line. So make sure you check that out. The reason why I'm bringing up Elio Garcia is because he's also a longtime friend and fan of George R. R. Martin. In the article that I, just mentioned, he first went to dinner with George R. R. Martin, and he struck up a friendship with him, and that friendship has lasted a very, very long time. He was one of the first people to read the books when they first came out, which was, many years ago. He was the first one to see A Feast for Crows. He was at George R. R. Martin's house, and on his table, there was a manuscript in a box, and the manuscript was called A Feast for Crows, and he was the first one to, to edit the book and read it and go over it. It was a lovely gift and sentiment that he gave to Elio Garcia. So he and his wife were the first ones to read A Feast for Crows, and they have been friends with George R. R. Martin ever since. So good for them. Now, in the quote that I just gave, it talks a little bit about Winds of Winter. About Elio Garcia reading one of the sample one of the Sansa, Sansa chapters from, the Winds of Winter. And it said that it was sure to be controversial. And I can totally believe that. I can believe that it could be controversial now that I've done, the analysis of that first, chapter. Sansa, seems safe, but there are so many potential dangers, so many nefarious people, and things are bound to get controversial. She is surrounded by poverty-stricken knights, lustful, lecherous men, sons of pirates and smugglers, people with questionable loyalties, interlopers, sycophants, and people who are just plain desperate. Betrayal, rape, and murder are all possible. How long will her illusion of safety last? And what will become of her? I'm very interested in Sansa in regards to the Winds of Winter. I'm very interested in reading, what her chapters, are going to say and what she will be going through. And, these last two books, Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring. I'm very, very interested. Things, as I said before, are way too good for Sansa right now. It's just too good not for her to take a tumble. As I was reviewing, her Sansa chapter in A Feast for Crows, Sansa is a girl fraught with worry and fear and physical and emotional exhaustion. The uncertainty was threatening to overtake her. It certainly was. You didn't really know what was going on in the Sansa chapters. But in the Elaine chapters of A Feast for Crows, she wakes up above it all. She arises stronger, happier, and more in charge. The sun is shining for her. And for the moment, she is free of all of the horror and the bloodstains of the past. Now, The Winds of Winter starts off with Elaine 1. Elaine. And I think that the title will change back to Sansa. And when it does change back to Sansa, I think the frightened girl will come back, will wake up and come back, more afraid than ever. And according to the quotes that I just read, apparently the Sansa chapter will be controversial. I do believe that she will be facing, all kinds of craziness when her chapters turn from Elaine to Sansa. And I'm really more afraid for her than anyone else because her guard will be completely down, and I don't think she's going to see the dangers coming for her. We will have to see what happens when The Winds of Winter is published, and I'm hoping that it's very soon because I'm just ready for this next book to come out. It's been 5 years since he's, written. Yeah, it's been at least 5 years since he's written A Dance with Dragons, and I'm very excited to read the very next book. I want to hope for the best in regards to Sansa, but I will not forget, Sansa's thoughts when she was leaving the Eyrie and going down to the gates of the moon. Elaine 2, A Feast for Crows. I was safe here, she thought, but down below, we will have to see. Thank you so very much for watching my video and, enjoying my analysis of Elaine 1 Elaine 1 of The Winds of Winter. And maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't, with another chapter. I'll have to see about that. I want to say thank you to my cousin Lynette. I want to say thank you to Jennifer Wolverton and Marie Hill. And for Angela Victory, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of my Game of Thrones subscribers. The three ladies that I mentioned were the ones who commented on my videos. So I want to thank all three of you for commenting and watching my videos and enjoying what you see. I really, really appreciate it. And maybe, just maybe, I'll come back with a brand new chapter. Enjoy your life as I do, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much.